How's it going on, everyone? In this video I want to take a look at some of the deals from the PlayStation Store's Black Friday sale that really has stood out to me. Now, as you guys might know, I've reiterated it in multiple videos. Just like every Black Friday, the PSN deals get absolutely whipped by the deals in store. It's just what it is. The deals themselves never match up to what's available in store. However, some of you guys probably just prefer to get all of your games digitally, so I thought it would still be worthwhile to cover some of the notable deals on, recent releases and whatnot, and go over some of those. I will mention the deals that are cheaper in store, and you can make the decision on whether or not you want to get it digitally or whether or not you want to get a physical copy. That's totally up to you. In some cases, it's a bit of an egregious difference, so I think going with the physical route might be your best idea, unless you're like one of those game-sharing type dudes. And the only area where there is a lot of parity between the digital prices and the in-store prices are actually the first-party Sony release and like the PlayStation 5 exclusives. Those exclusives that are more recent release, literally the same price. It's kind of seeming like Nintendo and Sony are somewhat swapping spots in terms of Sony's first-party games now hold up in price for a bit longer than Nintendo's, because if you see Nintendo, you can get a bunch of these first-party titles for relatively cheap, like 27 bucks over at GameStop, and then you see the Sony games, and they're holding up in price more so. I would still say Nintendo holds up very well in terms comparatively to every other publisher, but they have eased up a little bit. Nevertheless, let's just get right into this video, and I want to kick things off with Tales of Arise. 30% off for $42. To put it up front, Amazon I saw as the cheapest price for 30 bucks, so pretty big difference there, but Tales of Arise is an excellent game with a ton of content. If you drop $42 on it, you're getting your money's worth in the sense of you're getting a lot of hours of gameplay and you're gonna have a really good time with it. Story is excellent, cast of characters is great, the two main characters are awesome as the main leads, and gameplay is solid as well. Visually looks pretty good on top of that. $42, again, pricey, but just came out back in September. Think it's a good pickup. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, 60% off for $24. 20 bucks at GameStop right now, so pretty close in price, but this is a game that does hold up in price quite a bit, so to see it around this $20 to $24 range, very happy, because this is a game that deserves a lot more love, but I know some people were a little apprehensive with the price point. Now I think it's a great pickup, and I would recommend it. I always thought it was a great pickup, don't get me wrong, but at this price point, awesome pickup. Great story here, art style is awesome, it's a Vanillaware game, but it's not your typical Vanillaware game like Dragon's Crown or Muramasa the Demon's Blade. Rather, it's got a different sort of battle style, and it's got a lot of layers to its gameplay, so 24 bucks for that. If you're looking for an engrossing story, a deep cast of characters, I would say that this is a good pickup. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, 35% off for $39. $25 over on Amazon right now, and $25 over at Walmart. Yeah, so big difference here. Guardians of the Galaxy, another game that's only a month old. So this deal, standalone, excluding everything else, in a bubble, in a vacuum, is a really good deal. 35% off on a game that's not even a month old. You can't go wrong with that, right? But, this is the world we live in now. $39 for this game I still think is pretty good. It's not like crazy lengthy, but it's got a decent bit of content, and the cast of characters is great. The writing in the game is superb, and the gameplay I thought was pretty good. Honestly, a very well-rounded game that I would say is worth a more premier price point. So if you want to drop 39 bucks on it, I wouldn't say it's the worst idea in the world. I would recommend you to drop $25 on it, because at that price point, just think it's ridiculous, but still not a bad pickup here. Doom Eternal Standard Edition, 75% off for $15. I believe this is like around the price we're seeing it for. It might be like $10 or $14 at Walmart or something like that. But Doom Eternal for 15 bucks is a great pickup. This game is upgraded on PS5. Very good. Plays really well on there. Just a visceral, fast-paced first-person shooter, while the online isn't anything to write home about. That single-player campaign is awesome. And from that standpoint, $15 for it, I think, is a great pickup. Go check that out. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, $49.69. Yeah, you gotta drop a pretty penny on this one, but this is the price that it is at stores as well. $49.99 in the stores. This, of course, includes Ghost of Tsushima, PlayStation 5 upgrade, as well as the Iki Island expansion. You can pick up the PlayStation 4 Director's Cut Edition, I believe, for $40, $40.19. So that's not a bad deal If you want the PS5 version, $49.69. The game is tremendous. A ton of content, a lot of side content that actually is immersive and very, very well done. And the Iki Island expansion, while it doesn't reinvent the Ghost of Tsushima wheel in any, you know, extreme way, that's not a bad thing. More Ghost of Tsushima is a good thing. This game has a great story as well. I remember initially when this game came out, Jin as the main character got some flack because some people thought he was a bit generic, and like, that was kind of the idea of the game. You see the evolution of Jin throughout the game. He starts off kind of generic, samurai code, whatever, a warrior's honor or whatever they were saying, but like, yeah, he goes through a very, very gradual evolution. By the end of the game, you can see him, I don't want to give any spoilers, really develop as a character, and if they continue on with Ghost of Tsushima, which I imagine they will, now I'm really excited where they take their where they take his character in the future as well, because there's a lot of routes you can go, but game itself is tremendous. $49.69 is a great pickup. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, $49.69 as well. The issue with this game has always been $70, 8 to 12 hour game. I mean, you can literally get the platinum in probably 12 to 13 hours, but the game is so good in my opinion. It is just a great title. I mean, this is a game that I saw somebody make a comment, I think. It was like, this game respects the player's hours, and yeah, like for that 8 to 12 hours, masterful masterclass of a game. It is just tremendous. Platforming is great, gameplay is great, visuals are obviously stunning, in my opinion, the best looking PS5 game thus far. And yeah, the price might be a little bit of a hindrance based on how much content you're getting, but I still think it's well worth it, especially if you've been a long-time Ratchet and Clank fan. In my opinion, this is 1A, 1B right now for Game of the Year alongside Tales of Arise. We'll see how that turns out by the end of the year, but fantastic game. Strong recommendation. The addition of Rivet and Kit, love them as character additions as well, so that was nice to see. Demon's Souls Remake, on the other hand, $39.89. The PlayStation 5 launch title, that was the definitive launch title. This is the reason people got a PS5, at least. A lot of people got a PS5 at launch. I know some people that just got a PS5 to play NBA 2K21 at launch, but I digress. Demon's Souls is great, stays true to the original game while also modernizing it. If you went back and played Demon's Souls 09, like recently, you see that game shows its age quite a bit. A modernized version of it is done really well by Bluepoint Games. I mean, it's Souls. It's a pretty darn good Souls game. You probably know at this point whether or not you like it. At $39.89, I think it's a good pickup. Resident Evil Village, this is the PS4 and PS5 edition. $29.99, available at $19.99 over at GameStop, Amazon, and I think Walmart. Don't quote me on that, but $19.99 is the basement price I've seen. Thought Resident Evil Village was fantastic at $60. Again, much like Ratchet and Clank, it was one of those games that, you know, isn't filled with a ton of content, but as it was getting cheaper and cheaper, I was like, man, at $40, I think this is a good pickup. At $30, great pickup, and if you go the physical route, $20, it's a steal. Fantastic game, and it's at such a high quality level that I feel like people will eventually replay it multiple times. Maybe not back-to-back like I did, but I do think it's worthwhile enough of a game that you'll eventually play twice, maybe 3 times, but $30, I think that's a good deal. Red Dead Redemption 2, $24 is $19.99 over at Walmart. It's Red Dead Redemption 2, man. It's a fantastic game. Meme on Red Dead Online all you want, and I'll join you in on the memery of that, but Red Dead, the single player of Red Dead Redemption 2 is tremendous. The attention to detail, the voice acting, character development, the main character and Arthur. There's just so much good to the game that single player component is just easily worth it on its own, and $24 for it is great. Obviously a ton of content as well, so it'll keep you busy for quite a while. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales is down to $30. Ultimate Edition is $49.69. That'll include the Spider-Man PlayStation 5 version. I wish they had an upgrade for that, but like, you know, for the people that own the PS5 version. You also get the Spider-Man PS4 DLC, so that's kind of nice. Miles Morales is not a lengthy game. You can beat it relatively quickly, so that initial $50 was a little bit expensive, but at $30 or $49.69 for this edition, I do feel like it's a much better price. The game itself is very good, and I'm excited to see what they do with Spider-Man 2. This was a nice bridge the gap, so to speak. But $50 for Miles Morales and Spider-Man on the PS5, don't think that's all too bad. You do get another set of trophies if you're kind of into that, if you already got, you know, the Platinum on PS4. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, $34.79. This is $25, GameStop, Walmart, Amazon, I want to say, off the top of my head. Very good. Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 remastered. You guys know Mass Effect 1 aged quite a lot over the last 13 to 14 years, but The Legendary Edition at least brings it somewhat up to speed. It's still the weakest of the three, by far, I would say, especially from a gameplay standpoint, but it's still worthwhile to play. I mean, Mass Effect was at such a high level that even with the aging, it's still a pretty good game. Mass Effect 2, in my opinion, still a masterclass as an RPG. Mass Effect 3, obviously, say what you want about the ending, but as a whole, the game is pretty good. $34.79, not a bad pickup. Kingdom Hearts All-in-One Collection, 75% off for $25. I believe it's $19.99 on other spots retail. Kingdom Hearts All-in-One package is not the All-in-One package in the sense you don't get the Remind DLC, but we'll forget about that for now because it's not very good. But you get 1.5, 2.5, 2.8, and Kingdom Hearts 3. That's a ton of content for your money. Some of it hasn't aged the best. Kingdom Hearts 1 definitely shows its age, but I still love Kingdom Hearts 2, and Kingdom Hearts 1 is decent as well. Kingdom Hearts 3, you know, a lot of mixed opinions. I think the story went a bit awry, to say the least, and you do get some other content in this collection as well. Those are the main three pieces, but you get Birth by Sleep, and yeah, a ton of stuff in this collection, which, like, if you're talking hours per dollar of gameplay, it's pretty ridiculous. So go check that out at $25. And I do want to give a shout to Final Fantasy VII Remake INTERGRADE. It is $45 in stores, $46.89 on the PlayStation Store. Another game, man. While it was a PS Plus game in March of this year, I believe, they knew what they were doing by not giving you the PS5 upgrade with that PS Plus version. The PS5 upgrade is awesome. Playing the game at 60 FPS is fantastic. And then with this INTERGRADE edition, of course, you do get the Intermission DLC. And that's a pretty notable piece of expansion as well. So $46.89, still kind of pricey, but FF7 Remake base game on PS4 is still going for a decent bit, like $25 to $30. So this to get the PS5 edition with the Intermission expansion, and it's $25 to $30 on sale right now. So, you know, it's a fantastic game, don't get me wrong. I just wish it was a little bit cheaper, but I would still say if you've been itching to play this, if you want that PS5 upgrade as opposed to playing the PS4 version of the game, this is a solid pickup. And that's going to do it for me. Again, I know a lot of you guys are disappointed by the digital deals, don't get me wrong. I was kind of expecting that going into it because they were just not going to match what's available in store. That happens every year. But still some decent stuff to pick up for sure, and if you're a digital-only kind of guy and that's the option you want to go, or you have a digital PS5, still some good deals to check out. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.